Hey, my name is Stephanie Pope. I'm making my creamy Italian pizza rolls, and this recipe is so easy. I really hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to eat it for dinner because that's what my husband and I are eating for dinner tonight. So let's get started. Here's what I need to make my creamy Italian pizza rolls. A pound of ground beef, salt and pepper. You need a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 onion finely chopped, 2 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of dried oregano, or you can get the fresh kind, it does not matter, a quarter of a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, fresh parsley. This is important. Fresh parsley. 1 French roll. Then we have 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. Our wonderful new ingredient, brand new from Philadelphia, cooking creme, and this is the Italian cheese and herb. And this is an important blend because I'm able to not have some ingredients because Philadelphia has my back, and I'm able to not have to stress over it because it's all in that ingredient. And a 16-ounce can of diced tomatoes, and I actually get the one with garlic or roasted, fire roasted, something with some zip in it. I've got my pan on medium heat, and I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Just eyeball it if you want, but I need enough fat for my meat as well as my onions and garlic. I want a nice rich flavor from them. So pop this in and start breaking it up. It'll be easier to break up the meat once it starts cooking. So while that's cooking, I'm going to start with my French roll. We're going to cut this in half lengthwise. So now we have ours, they're in half, and I want to pull out the inside of the bread. So our bread's all sliced, it's gutted. I'm going to sprinkle it with some EVOO, and this is to help brown it and give it really good flavor as well. And I'm going to pop this in a 350 oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. It depends on how much brown you want on it. Just be careful not to over brown at this point because we're going to put it back into the broiler with to melt all the cheese on top, and you don't want it to burn more because of that second time in the oven. So my meat's about halfway cooked, but I want to start seasoning it, and I have a little bit of liquid in here, which is perfectly fine because of my olive oil that I added, because I need to get my onions nice and soft. I like to zest or use a handheld grater with my garlic. It's a very fine, almost paste-like, and it's not chunky, so you don't get a big chunk of garlic, which I don't really care for. So give this a good mix. And then I'm going to shoot it with some salt, pepper, and we have our dried oregano in here and our crushed red peppers. I like about a quarter teaspoon. That's all my taste buds can handle. But man, if you can do more, throw more in there. And then I've got pepper, and this is just to taste. And add some salt. And now we're just waiting until all this kind of combines, the meat browns and the onions get tender. Smells amazing already. Oh my gosh, I wish you were here, or I wish you try this, because this, I'm telling you, I'm in one pot on my stove. Little prep work. You just open things and dump for this recipe, and you probably have a lot of this stuff just hanging in your cabinet, so you'd be surprised. So I hope you take and you know, get some courage if you don't like cooking, or if you haven't cooked in a while, because this recipe has your back. It's a really good one. So now we're gonna just put in our other wet ingredients. This is our diced tomatoes, and this is our wonderful Philadelphia creme. And I have, like I said, the Italian cheese and herb, and I did this because it was a great shortcut. I didn't need tons of ingredients. I have 10 ingredients in this entire recipe, and you can make this in 30 minutes because of the help of Philadelphia. And what I did was, when I started this recipe, I got everything out, and this is just a temperature. But you know the cubes, the blocks of the original cream cheese, it would take hours to thaw. Where this stuff, see how creamy it is? I mean, it probably didn't even need to sit outside on the counter. It is a wonderful product, and this, I can't even wait to see what kind of recipes everybody comes up with, and even what I can create, because this is so much more versatile, I think, than the actual cubed version. So now after the tomatoes, we're gonna pour this in, and the whole kit and caboodle goes in, just the whole package. Basically what we're doing now is we're just heating the cream cheese mix and the tomatoes with the meat. My bread just came out of the oven, and I want you to take a look. It's beautiful, golden brown, and you can see just where I have that EVOO in there, and that's gonna make it even more soft and moist and when we put our mixture on. But before I put my mixture on, I want to taste it, because you always want to taste it, because after it goes in the oven, I can't change the flavor. I can't manipulate anything after that point. These are a little salt, so adjust it. I mean, it's good, just like this. But I just want a little bit more salt. And I can taste the red chili flakes in there, pepper flakes. Oh, that tastes so yummy. Okay, so I'm going to give this a last little mix. All right. So, and I also put my oven to broil, because now after it's all cooked, all we want to do is melt the cheese. We don't need to bake it anymore. So we're going to just take our mixture, and it's very creamy. I mean, I didn't call it Italian, creamy Italian French roll for nothing. And then you're just spooning this evenly over each roll. This is a good 30-minute dinner, and it's really hearty. It'll please even your meat eaters and even your kids. Heck, the first time I made this, I even grated some carrot in this, so you could even do that for your kids. The great thing is, try it with chicken, ground turkey. You know, it doesn't have to be ground beef. Anytime you see a recipe, heck, I most of the time will, change it to what I like, but it's a great base to have with these recipes. So now we have this. We have all of our French rolls. I'm going to turn that stove off, and now I have my cheese. And all I'm going to do is I'm sprinkling it over the meat mixture. Oh man, this is so good. And I have my parsley all chopped up. I'm waiting until it comes out of the oven, because I don't want it to brown. I want it to be a pretty garnish. Heck, I would even do this as an appetizer, just cut it a little thinner, and it'd make a great appetizer. But I want to wait to put the parsley on it. You'll see why in 5 minutes, because that's all it takes. Heck, I love cheese. I'll just put more on it. All right, so now our broiler's on. I'm popping this in for 5 minutes, or until you smell, or until you notice. Just keep an eye on it. My pizza roll just came out of the broiler. Mine, because my oven was so hot, it took almost 2-3 minutes. So just keep an eye on it. What I do, because my husband and I, we're some big eaters, I cut this in half. So it's 4 servings for this recipe. If you have kids, I bet you can get more than that. We're just some, hardcore eaters, so we like the whole half. But see how creamy that is? And it's staying in there. So I just put that on my plate. I have my salad already. I sprinkle it with some fresh parsley, and that is just going to add great flavor and a great kick to it. So now I got to take a bite. Oh my gosh. This looks so good. I want to make sure I get parsley. I get the bread. The bread is really the best part after you put that EVOO on it. And let's just take a bite. Oh man. It's a pizzeria for about a fraction of the cost. And I tell you, Philadelphia has really come up with a great product. It is so amazing and soft. Like I showed you, I barely had it out for, I'm telling you, maybe 5 minutes, and it was already soft. So I'll be seeing you for next week's product, and I can't wait to show you what I have in store for you, because it's just as good.